What if I told you one of America's greatest presidents led the country through economic collapse and World War? Without being able to walk, no wheelchair on TV, no photos showing his legs, no public speeches from a seated position. For years, most Americans never knew. This is the true story of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the only US president elected 4 times, and the man who secretly ran the nation from a wheelchair. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, known as FDR, served as president from 1933 to 1945. He led America through the Great Depression and most of World War II. But behind the powerful speeches and confident voice was a truth carefully hidden from the public. FDR was paralyzed from the waist down. So how did this happen? And why did he work so hard to keep it secret? Franklin Roosevelt was born in 1882 into a rich and powerful family in New York. He grew up confident, well-educated, and ambitious. He went to Harvard, entered politics early, and quickly became a rising star. By his late 30s, he was already a national leader. Everything pointed toward a bright future. Then, everything changed. In 1921, while on vacation, Roosevelt suddenly became very sick. He had a high fever, severe pain. Then his legs stopped working. Doctors later believed he had polio, a disease that could paralyze its victims. At just 39 years old, Franklin Roosevelt could no longer walk. For a man who loved movement, leadership, and power, this was devastating. Many believed his political career was over. They were wrong. FDR spent years learning how to live again. He used leg braces, canes, and the strength of his upper body to stand for short moments. He trained himself to look strong in public. Behind the scenes, he used a wheelchair. But Roosevelt refused to disappear. Instead of giving up, he rebuilt his confidence and his purpose. In the late 1922, Roosevelt returned to politics. He became governor of New York, proving to the world he was still capable. He focused on helping the poor, the unemployed, and the struggling. People trusted him. So when the Great Depression hit America, the nation was desperate for leadership, and Roosevelt stepped forward. In 1932, Franklin D. Roosevelt ran for president. America was broke. People were hungry. Banks were failing. FDR promised hope, action, and change. He won in a landslide. But as president, he made sure the public rarely saw his disability. The press cooperated. Photos were controlled. Appearances were carefully planned, not out of shame, but because Roosevelt feared Americans would doubt his strength. Part 1 end, 6:47:10. And this was only the beginning. In Part 2, we'll uncover how FDR secretly ran the country from a wheelchair basis, how he led America through the Great Depression, and how he became the voice of hope during World War II. If this story surprised you, you're going to want Part 2. Subscribe now so you don't miss it. Like this video to support real history. Comment Part 2 if you're ready to continue the story. Because what FDR did after becoming president changed America forever. See you in Part 2.